Thursday. It's 22222 for the price of one. Here we go, folks. It's Ocean Spit. A little show about big things. Carol Brandolino's in the house. I'm Tony O. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609. The book is dedicated to the first responders, men and women in the military, and our veterans from country, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you. We got a lot to talk about today. And at the end of the hour, we're going to give away 2 free tickets to Tony Ocean and Friends Go Show Sunday, November 9th at the Des Plaines Theater. Got 9 singers besides me and the band. So it's going to be a good thing. It is showtime. Let's go to work. Woo! Yeah, thanks to my good buddy Richie for recording that for us for the intro. Richie from Seventh Heaven. Guys, how you guys all doing? Carol, what's going on over there on the south side of Chi-Town?
Sun shining, thank God, because it was gone for a few days. So that kind of puts me down. The sun's out, and I'm espressoed up. So like I need it. So good luck.
There you go. Espresso nut. There you go. It's good.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, we're just gonna kick. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. Let's get right to our good friends from Ace. Ace Hardware, folks. Get your house ready for the winter season. Inspect the roof and gutters, seal drafts and gaps, protect outdoor plumbing, winterize outdoor equipment, stock with emergency kit items, flashlight, batteries, blanket, bottled water. Check your alarms. And right, folks, buy 2 and get 1 free on select First Alert smoke COD2 detectors. 3 and get 1 free Ace Basic pleated furnace filters. That simple, folks. And forget about the Halloween gifts, the Halloween decorations, because it's next week. But Christmas trees, snowmen, all that good stuff, lights. Go to Ace. They got all your great deals at Ace. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. All right. So, absolutely. Let's see. Cut off. There it is. Okay. All right, Carol. So also, I think we mentioned this on Tuesday. Ron Onesti's got a great deal going on for this Sunday, October 26th. If you have no plans and you love Sophia Loren, it's very simple. They're going to do a tribute to Sophia Loren, movies, stories. Patrizio Esposito will be singing live from Naples, Italy, with a big band orchestra behind them. It's going to be very cool. It's 3 o'clock. So listen to this, folks. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. $15 you there, folks. 2 to 1 tickets. Go to Oshos.com. Promo code SOFIA. That's Sophia 50 in the private promo code, and get those special deal 2 for 1 for $15. Tribute to Sophia Loren this Sunday at the theater. Brought to you by Onesti Entertainment. All right, Carol. So I got some good stuff here. Listen to this. Are you into scary movies? I know we got Halloween coming around the corner. And I think we might have talked about this before. Would you think The Exorcist is the scariest movie you've seen? Or did you see The Exorcist?
Oh, I saw The Exorcist at a very young age, which I should not have. I was about 9 or 10, and it scared the shit out of me. I shouldn't have watched it. But yes, you know what? For me, I don't like horror movies that are gory and bloody, but I do like psychological, scary thrillers. Those scare me. The other ones, I'm just not a huge fan of blood and gore and guts. Like, I don't know, it scares me.
Don't like that either. Right. And I thought The Omen was pretty scary too. When you see the eyes of that kid, Damien. But here's one Netflix is claiming. Carol, you might want to check this out. You sit around with your kid or your friends, watch this. Netflix is claiming 1 out of 100 people who watched this movie couldn't make it through the whole movie.
Okay.
This came out in 2017. The movie's called Veronica. And it is the most scariest movie of all time. That's what they're saying. 1 out of 100 people could not sit through the whole movie.
Okay.
So,
okay. My daughter loves horror
you know,
movies. She loves them. She sits and watches them during the day, probably, or
she
not
might
too
know
late at night,
about
or
this.
with her friends. Okay. I'm going to ask her.
She might, yeah, ask her. It's called Veronica, and according to Netflix, it's supposed to be the scariest movie ever. Like I said, 1 out of 100 survived watching that movie. I mean, that's got to be, how bad can this movie be?
Well, let me tell you, there was one movie where the woman was, I don't know if it was, she was blind. Okay. She was blind, and there was a killer that was trying to get in her house. She was blind, but she could hear. Oh my God. Let me tell you, that one was very hard for me to sit through. It was very scary because she couldn't see him, but she could hear him, and she knew her house so well. Oh my God. It was so scary because you were anticipating him getting into the house, and then he was in the house. That scares me. But when people are crazy in movies, like just off their rocker, that's the stuff that scares me, because that could actually happen, right? So when things can actually kind of happen, it's not like Michael Myers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't scare me.
Right.
But the stuff that can actually happen, that scares me. Like when you're walking around locking the doors in your house and you're like, I can't, that's me. Or turn all the lights on. I've done that before too. It scares the crap out of me.
And the weird thing about it is, the weird thing about it, this movie came out in 2017. So I never heard about it. But this Netflix said 1 out of 100. Right. Okay. Veronica, have to check it out. Today we can see, oh, look, folks, I can see the responses today. Yay. Emo, my favorite too, after 9 weeks of Italy, is back. Welcome home, Emo. Albert, Kim Peterson, look forward to seeing you tonight. What's shaking, Ronnie B? Buddy, what's up? See you tonight. Lilia. Okay, so guys, also at the end of the hour, you get 2 free tickets to Tony Ocean and Friends. If you can guess the question, it's probably too easy of this one. It's probably going to be too easy of this one, but I have to make the ones for tomorrow moving on a little harder. Anyway, Mel Lennon Reed, how are you doing? Welcome to Ocean's Pit. Tonight we'll be at Positano's in Oak Brook. It's a 7 o'clock hit with Jumpin' Jerry Jams and Kim Peterson LeFew, who's filling in for Lisa, who's out in Florida somewhere, Mexico, having a little vacay. So she's going to have some fun, I'm sure. Yeah. So that's going to be 7 o'clock. Tomorrow, me and Jams will be at the Chicago Prime Steakhouse, and Seti will be at Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. That's a 7 o'clock hit. All right. So, this is weird. Now, you guys also know, I don't know if the show will happen tomorrow. My mother's going into surgery. I got a call this morning to replacing her valve in her heart there. They got 5:15 in the morning. We have to be there. The surgery will happen about 7:30. Okay. It could take, I might just be doing it from the hospital, from the phone, but I'm going to be there most of the day. Me and my sister, Laura will be there too. So, and I think this is the first time my mother's going into the hospital like this. Like 30 years ago, she had her gallbladder removed, which was no big deal, but 86, kind of crazy. Franny, how are you doing? Good. Well, all right. Listen to this, Carol. I'm sure you heard about this. Maybe you did. Robots are making human babies. Supposedly there's already 20 robot babies already born.
How are they making a human baby? Does it say like, what's involved in this? There's no genitalia. There's no sperm. I don't know how eggs, the eggs, how are they making babies? It's just all chemically induced. I don't know. I'd like to see a baby being born from a robot.
I don't know.
Impress me.
I don't know. Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I can't see the robot with the legs up, up on the stairs there. All right, push. No, I whatever. I've never seen that happen, only on the movies. But I can't imagine. But what we're talking about, we've talked about this too, about people losing their jobs and everything. Look at this, Nestle. Nestle's world large company. They're cutting about 1,600 jobs over the next 2 years for automation, for robots.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Toto, I don't know if you've seen this on his page a couple of days ago. He went to Woodman's and there was a robot going up and down the aisle doing inventory.
Oh my God. Oh, that's some scary shit. Yeah. You got to learn how to do the computers. And what are you going to do? Knowing how to do the AI, that's a big thing right now. They're teaching people. They're doing these big master classes on how to, with AI, because you have to know it. You have to know how to, do the
program and stuff. Yeah. But there's a job right there gone. There's maybe 2 or 3 jobs gone because I remember when I used to work for my own company I used to work for years ago, we did inventory once at the end of every month, and you had to go with the, count everything and put it in the computer and all that. Same thing when you worked at a bar, right? Counting the bottles, whatever, right? You had to do all that stuff. So, Dennis, it is sickening. Sandra, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
It is very sickening. All right, Carol, you are sentenced to die. Let's hope that never happens. But you did a crime and you're sentenced to die. Are you frozen?
No, you are. You were.
I'm frozen. Okay. I'm still frozen?
You were.
I think we're okay.
No, you're good. Yep.
All right. You're sentenced to die and you got one last meal. What is your last meal?
Oh, God.
There you go, Carol. You can order from whatever you want. What are you eating?
Crab legs have to be involved for sure, with lots of butter. Crab legs, I'm not bougie, but I don't eat them often, but I do love it. It's, and then also I like Asian food. I love not even just Asian, like Thai food with all the sauces, noodles. I don't know. I have so many meals that I love that when I want to have one of those days. Yes, I love spicy. Yep. Yes. Love spicy. I love spicy. What about you?
Spicy. I don't know what I'd have as my meal. David, how you doing? Gina, what's up, hon? Ronnie B, Pat Lenzini, Highwood, she says pasta. Franny says pasta. Really? Pasta? You can have anything you want. Your last. I would have 30 White Castle double cheeseburgers. Fuck it. I mean,
I just did that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, there you go, right? Yeah. I mean, but you know what? They don't taste the same as they used to. I don't know if they're using real meat now or whatever it is. They don't have that same. They don't have that same thing that they used to. I don't know. I think
because we eat them drunk. I think because if you're eating something drunk and you're just. It's going to be like a steak. You know what I mean? Because you want it so badly. It probably just tastes better when you're drinking or whatever.
Yeah. Well, then I would definitely get a bottle of Jack or a bottle of just down it instead of water. Just down it and eat White Castle, or drink the bottle an hour before you eat, so you'll have you have the whatchamacallit. Okay, Jack in the Box. I haven't had Jack in the Box in a long time, but they were good.
Yeah.
Frank says king crab legs for sure. Extra butter. There you go, Carol.
Yeah.
Soylent meat. You remember the movie Soylent Green when they were eating humans? Yeah, with Charlton Heston. Hanging and banging are a sick man.
Oh, nice hanging and banging.
I don't know. Hanging and banging could be a man or could be, not quite sure.
I don't know.
Jeanette Sugo pasta and meatballs. Ricky Stokes, what's up, brother? I didn't see you at the parade. I'd seen you at the parade, but I didn't see you at the parade. Anyway, my mother's homemade lasagna. Jeff, what's up, buddy? Just double T. All right, so Maselli's in the house. What's up, buddy? Yes, okay. So Carol said crab legs with a lot of butter, and I'm taking the 30 double cheeseburgers from White Castle if we are put to death. You're watching Ocean's Pit Little Show about big things. All right. Sophia, I'm making sure I pronounce this name right. Carol, you'll be able to. Sophia Vergara. Oh. She's an actress with an accent.
Sophia Vergara.
Vergara. She's worth $1.65 million, and she will not date anybody who makes less than her.
She was married to my Hollywood crush, Joe Manganiello. Remember, my Joe Manganiello was like my Hollywood crush. She was married to him, and they're divorced now. And I think part of it was he wanted to have kids. She didn't because she has a grown son. But I wonder if the money had anything to do with it. I wonder if the money had anything to do with it that it didn't work.
Wait a minute. This is $0.65 million here. $1.65 million.
Okay.
And anybody less than that, she won't date. Come on.
That just shows I wouldn't want to date her after hearing that. So she's not all that. She's not all that. There's a lot of women out there that are, have what she has.
I didn't think, I never thought she was all that anyway. And then you look at someone like this, Jennifer Lopez, married 4 times, says she's never been loved. After 8 public relationships and 6 engagements, Jennifer Lopez revealed that despite being married 4 times, she doesn't believe she's ever truly been in love. The 56-year-old singer and actress says no when she's asked she'd ever be truly in love.
Then why did you get married? Listen, why did you get married 4 times? Why would you get married if you're not in love? Do they just think she just thinks she's in love? I mean, the famous, these with all the money in the world, it's like, yeah, I'll get married again. Yeah, I'll do it again. I don't know. I mean, I guess you might think you're in love, but maybe give it a little time next time to just make sure. So you're not getting,
Yeah. Or maybe you're just trying to find the right fit. I don't know, especially, you try to find the right fit or the safe fit. A lot of people try to find the safe, good guy or good girl and all that. And then you always hear about the, when you hear about he's too nice of a guy or she's too nice of a girl. And then there's no
right. No connection. No. Yeah. I know what you mean. Right.
So that's right. But this is we're talking about, this is Jennifer Lopez. I mean, and she's a millionaire. Didn't she Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck. Yeah. She was with him a couple times. I think that's the one she really wanted. And he is just, that one can't settle down. I think he had so many issues, but now he's sober. So he had so many issues, but
wasn't he with Jennifer Garner? Wasn't he with Jennifer Garner?
With kids,
he was married to her. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Lopez is a little too high maintenance for a lot of men. And I think you can't bring in the amount of money you make and your fame. Like, that's different. That should stop when you're in your home with your personal relationships. That's not your fans. That's not all of that, And I think when your head explodes too much and you could do no wrong and people love you and you have all the money in the world, you can't treat people that way. I mean, you can't. And if you're in your home, it's probably very different in her personal relationships. She probably thinks, a little too highly maybe, or expects too much from them, to put her up on a pedestal.
Okay, but you're also, if you're dating somebody and that same income or same salary, I mean, isn't it mostly I mean, I don't know. It seems like, but then you look at Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many different years apart. You see them or even Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. I don't think they ever married.
No.
But they stayed together and you never hear anything about them ever in the public, or Bon Jovi and his wife, but his wife was nothing when he met her. He was nothing when when they met. So they stayed together. So a little crazy is right. Guys, you're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Carol Brandolino, I'm Tony O, folks. Thursday, toxic as it is, it's time for my good friend Mary Grievous. Don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent, M. Grievous at StarkRE.com. That's right, at Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate, available as buyers, sellers for sale by owner listings. Give her a call at 630-688-1725. And of course, let's talk about the Chicago Music Cruise, folks. It's happening. It's less than 90 days away. Less than 90 days. All you people will be freezing your asses off while we're doing the MSC World America, January 17th to January 24th. 7-night Western Caribbean cruise, Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Ocean Cay, private island owned by MSC World America. 50%, I think 45% off the drink packages right now. That is huge because usually it comes down to about $26 a day if you put it all together. Because if you're drinking more than 7, if you're drinking 7 or more drinks, the drink package is worth it. And guaranteed, you wake up in the morning, you have a mimosa, that's a drink. That's alcohol.
Yeah.
If you have a Bloody Mary, drink. So you've already had 1 or 2 for breakfast. So all you need is 5 more before the end of the day. And believe me, by 1 o'clock, we were all lit. So
I was just going to say, do people act like that? Like a buffet? Like, you know how I typically overeat at a buffet because you just know it's like all you can eat.
You could.
So, right. But with alcohol, I'm worried. I would be worried about myself. I would be like, oh,
the problem is, look,
included?
when you're at, like we did, if you're sit by the pool and you're laying back, you're getting the sun, you're sipping your drink, you're going like that. You also have a water with you. So you're not, and then you're walking. If you're a casino, you're gambling and you have your cocktail. Unless if you're going on excursions, whatever you do on that stuff, you're not going to really be drinking. But if you, if you sit on the pool smoking cigars like we were all day, everybody was like, boom, So it's a good thing. Join us. Emmett, go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com. Put in Tony Ocean or give Mary a call, 630-688-1725. Seventh Heaven and Tony Ocean in the main event band, Chicago Music Cruise number 3. All right. Interesting. We were just talking about White Castle. It's interesting. White Castle's new Castle of Tomorrow in Columbus, Ohio, the first major redesigned over a century, brighter years, AI-driven drive-thrus, robots at the Friar, hospitality doors, and carside delivery, all run by Flippy on the Fire Road. And that's the new White Castle in Columbus, Ohio, which, if it works out there,
I was just going to say robots can't cook food, but they obviously are going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Carol, everything going on with shutdown and the No Kings and all this stuff just keeps coming up over and over. Here's something that's very interesting. The PBS is broke. Now, remember, that was a station everybody would give their money to, so you can still see some of these great programs. And I liked a lot of those programs. But they're broke. The DNC is broke. AAD is defunded. Planned Parenthood is broke. CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, NBC, the NYT, and the WAPO are a little off. So it looks like, do you see a change with the woke thing on regular news channels? Do you see that now, or are they as heavy before the election?
I think I don't know. I don't watch too much of it really anymore. I haven't watched regular news in such a long time because I've gone to streaming. But I do see a little bit of a difference. I do see people feeling a little more comfortable in putting their values out there too, like more conservative people. Like I think they're just sick and tired of not being the ones that aren't able to say how they feel, but everybody else can bash and bash and bash. And then they just kind of sit there and they take it and they do their job. But I do see a difference. And now they're starting to speak up a little bit more and they quit. A lot of them quit or, they are suing. A lot of them are suing these major networks because I think they realize they've been pushed a little too far and it's not been like legal,
When they are slandering your name, you're absolutely right. And it makes sense. So it's definitely a crazy, scary world out there, but I know what you're saying. And you're getting it more and more. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I just lost it. Oh. Oh, there you are. I don't want to touch. I must have touched the wrong button there. Okay, hold on here. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. Fox News, the Iron Grit. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's like a marathon, and you run and you swim. It's like a thing they do.
Yeah.
I guess these are for older people. A lady, 80 years old. Her name is Natalie Gabin. She finished the Ironman Grit, 2 miles swim. Let's see, 11 miles in bike riding, and 262 miles in running. It took her 16 hours to do it at 80 years old. At 80 years old.
First of all, I don't know what's harder, but the swimming, that is so hard. The endurance you need to swim like that, I can't even imagine. 80 years old? Holy shit. Good for her. That's amazing.
Good for her is absolutely right. And you know, there's a lot of disturbing stuff out there, Carol, and I know if you might see it, but my buddy Richie from Seventh Heaven, when we finished our podcast on Tuesday, the way these schools are now, remember the TV show Blue's Clues? Used to be for kids. The one guy, I think one guy might have committed suicide, but he was a host, and the kids, and they do things for kids. It keeps their kids' attention. It's supposed to be a good thing, but right now they're putting in, and I don't care about what anybody's gender is. I mean, whether they're gay or not gay, that doesn't bother me.
Right.
I don't care about that stuff. We talked about that.
Right.
But when they're showing pride parades and they're showing drag queens on Blue's Clues, it bothers me because they're not 15-year-olds watching this show.
I agree. That should not be put on a little child's programming. Not at all, because all it is confusing. It's confusing. That's where all of this comes in. It's confusing. Then they start like, what's going on? They have no idea unless they're already in a family where they might have two dads or two moms, right? Other than that, it's very confusing. And then that's where everything starts to probably unravel, you know?
And that's the stuff that gets me. There's my good buddy Mikey from Hardcore Italians. That's right, buddy. I will see you in Spins on Sunday for the Italian-American Blackhawks game. We're excited about that. But that's the thing. And then my friend Richie has kids in South Barrington High School and in a library. If I could, there's a magazine and books, something called Gender Queer magazines.
Okay.
Like a cartoon where, hey, the kid goes, man, look at your cock. I want to suck it. All this stuff. So he's seen this. He went in front of the board and they have a panel of teachers, whatever, on the board for South Barry, I think it was. And I watched the whole video of him talking and how he had everything. Now, there was four liberals and two at the end were conservative. And saying, how can these magazines, these books, magazines, be put into the library for kids to look at this age? And one of the doctors was a pediatrician saying, oh, I learned a lot of this. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with people? And my buddy Raffaello, how you doing, from Ace Hardware? Carol, have you heard anything like this? These propaganda means and stuff in schools. This one here is called Gender Queer.
Yeah, the school should be fined. But here's the thing. It's obviously legal, and that comes from the state level, right? The state level, where it's Pritzker, right? There's these laws are not put into place, or there's loopholes in them. But that should be a fine. Look at there's got to be something out there in legislation. This is what makes me want to go to Springfield more and more. You know, in the last 2 years, I've been to Springfield a handful of times, and it's really amazing to be there and see all these lawmakers and legislators and stuff like that and meet them. But that to me, that's eventually legislation needs to be changed. I don't know how that's allowed. I don't know. God, listen, it doesn't matter if it's gay or not. I don't even care if it was heterosexual,
Yeah.
boy, girl, and
Yeah.
there's a magazine that says, I want to stick this in there, and it's,
Yeah. Yeah.
the right body
Yeah.
parts for heterosexuals.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That
Right.
is
Right. Right.
no place. That is no place in a grade school or a high school. It really doesn't. Why? It's porn. That's porn.
Yeah.
It's porn. And why would you want your kids? They do sex education. They use the scientific terms. They just explain, okay, the birds and the bees, so to speak, but scientifically, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's part of their curriculum. That's normal.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
For people who don't have parents that can discuss that with kids. Right. But that is insane. I don't know how it's legal. They should be fined. It should not be allowed. These are things that you need to write. You do. You need to write. Get groups of people together as parents. Go to the school board. Write to the legislators in the state. You know, this
Yeah,
is
but you
what's
know what?
causing
These are seen these.
suicide.
Yeah,
and
Carol,
stuff.
and you know what? When he was talking, some of the parents stood up with because they were against it, supporting him while he was
Mhm.
talking. And
Mhm.
then there was the other group of some people that were like bisexual or queer, and they were like booing him.
No,
Now,
who
mind you,
supports that? Who supports that?
wait a minute. I don't care about the gay part, but not
No.
when you're a little kid.
No.
Not when you're in sixth or fifth grade. This
Mm-mm.
shit should not be there.
Nope. Not
That's
sexual.
the part I'm having a problem with.
Right. I don't care about
Guys,
gay.
check in your schools. Check in your schools if they got something called gender queer.
Mm-hmm.
This was in South Barrington, the school, high school in South Barrington.
Shit. That's
Guys.
insane. If my kid came home and said that they found a book like that or a magazine in their school, I don't even know what I would do. I really don't.
But
Especially
Carol,
when
what
you're
can
younger.
you do? What can you do?
You go to the school board. You speak up. They have public speaking at every school board. It's open session. Parents
That's what he
need to
does, and
speak up.
they knock him down. They
Well,
knocked him down like it was nothing.
Right. They give you
Oh, well,
3 minutes. They give you 3 minutes to talk. I used to go to
Yeah.
the school board when the
Yeah.
whole bullying and the violence shit was going on with my son.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
started putting me at the end. Like they let a mom go up and speak about something different. And I sat through a 3.5-hour meeting about this, that, remodeling. I mean, random stuff to budget stuff. I had to sit there. They put me last a couple times, and they put a different mom ahead of me, way ahead. I had to sit there for 3.5 hours in an evening to speak. And I told them at one point, I'm not going to be done in 3 minutes. So don't even try it. I was a thorn in their ass, but one person isn't going to make a difference. I was trying to get people to come with me, but they're afraid. They're afraid to speak. But I'm advocating for my kid. There's nothing more important than that to me. It's fucked up. It really is.
Yeah. And you know what the weird thing about it?
Down.
Yeah. And there was a line of the teachers at the board that they were talking to. 4 were liberals, 2 conservative. 2 of them were like, the 2 conservative ones were going like, I don't know what's going on here. But the 4 liberal people on the board, one was a pediatrician saying, oh, this is good. And I learned a lot from this magazine. I go, what is wrong with you?
If they're using the words you were using, first of all, that's porn.
Oh, that's exactly what it was.
That's not education.
It was 2 kids going, wow, look at that cock. I want to suck it. I want to do that. That's what, I mean, it was like a cartoon type. It didn't look like stick figures.
Okay.
It looked like real cartoons. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's disgusting. And this is
Homeschool.
stuff. Some people don't even know about this shit, Carol. Some people don't even know about this shit.
No, but this is why homeschooling is on the rise, very much on the rise. Homeschooling, watch and see that it doesn't become just very much the norm, which if there was a way they could do it where you could do homeschooling in groups, which I think they already do, and private schooling. Here's the only problem. Private schooling is very limited. Unfortunately, the academics, they're not always as good. The teachers aren't always as good, unfortunately, because I'm not knocking private schools, but the state funds the public schools and you have more money to spend. And so you might get more academics and just, more opportunities, but I don't care. You know what? I'd rather have my kids safe in an environment that they're not going to be teaching them or like you said, indoctrinating these kids with the sexual stuff, because you can't go back from that. Once a kid starts hearing and seeing that stuff, listen, I was so deadly afraid of my son seeing porn too young. Like, and at that age when he was, well, let's say 10, I
Yeah.
was so scared because we never had social media. We never had phones that are, in our hands. We didn't have any of that. So it was much harder to get. Like you said, we've talked about this. The Playboy magazine in my friend's dad's bathroom was what we saw. We're like, oh, but it was all women anyway.
Yeah.
So for girls, it's kind of a little different. But that's where you would have to find it. You have to search to find it. Now, I was so afraid of him seeing something because you can't unsee it. And then when he did start seeing that stuff, you find out about it. And then you have to have this conversation like, that's not real. That's not what real sex is. That's not like how it is when a woman and a man love each other, because they see some sick shit on porn.
Yeah.
Real sick, deviant crap. Okay, as an adult, we know how to deal with it. But they don't know
not
that
as a
that's
kid.
normal.
No.
So what if they start dating somebody and they start doing things, they try to do things to a woman that they see in porn? You're going to go to jail.
You're going to go to jail.
Right.
The board of education needs to be told, Gina, all these keeps happening. My grandchildren will be homeschooled. This crazy shit. Oh, Diana, your mom's in recovery. Prayers to your mom. And thank you so much for my mom tomorrow. Diana, I hope you're doing well. Jerry says, Jerry Messiah, they need to vote these school members out. I guarantee they're unaware of those magazines. Well, you know what? Someone has to okay the order of those magazines. Someone has to. And then the guy or checks those magazines in before you put them in the file, before you put them on the shelf. Somebody knows those magazines. And if those people aren't going to the top going, what is this shit I'm supposed to put in the library? No, they're not. Because the liberal boards on that side are letting this shit happen.
But I'd like to ask a same-sex couple, whether it's two men or two women, I would like to ask them if they have children, would you be okay with them seeing something like this, whether it's for same-sex purposes, but them talking in terms of the words that you're using, and doing sexual things at a 5th or 6th grade? Would they be okay with that? I don't believe that they would be. It's just people that just because they're gay doesn't mean that they approve of porn at a young age for kids. That thing has nothing to do with it. These are sick people.
Correct. And it's not the I don't care about the gay thing. No. I just don't think it needs to be pushed on at that early age. And that's what I was trying to find. I don't know if you can see this. You can't that great, but here's the first page. Look, it's called Gender Queer. Fast forward. I got a new strap-on harness today. I can't wait to put it in you and fit my favorite dildo perfectly. You're going to look so hot. Now, these are kids. I mean, I'm going to have to send you a picture of this. I can't wait to have a C in my mouth. I'm going to give you the best blowjob of your life, and I want you inside me. This is the most turned on I've been in my life. I'm dying. And you see the guy actually, look, you see the guy, see him on his knee?
Yes. Oh my God. That's in a grade school?
This is in high school, grade schools, guys, South Barrington. And like I said, check your phone. Check your phone if you can. Check your phone. And this is what's going on. It's got... there you go. Thank you, Mary, because Mary was with me there, and I seen it for the first time. They're grooming their kids. They're grooming their kids, and I seen parents going off from the videos I watched, and those 5 up there on the board were like, 2 with masks on, and like they were talking about, building a new gym, or they were talking about maybe fixing the plumbing in the backyard.
I have no words right now. I can't believe that's what's on there. I pictures too. I can't believe it. It's porn. It's
cartoon pictures. I mean, but not like stick figures. We're talking about real cartoon, like it is, and that's straight out of porn. You're absolutely right. And I don't care about that if you're to a certain age. I don't give a shit. Porn, everybody watch. Nothing wrong with that. But now when
Right.
you're talking about the younger kids and the younger generation, this has to stop. Has to stop. Nuts.
I think that that's something that parents should look into in their schools, their kids' schools, just to see what's in the library. What, like, if maybe they should just go in and say, I want to know if you have this in your library. That's it.
I want to see that. I want the person that first of all, someone has to order the books and they have to get permission from somebody. So the person, man or female, or a group of people, let's see what books we want in our school. And then the other people that actually check the books in and put them on the shelves. They still do that. The librarians or whatever the hell they do, they're not going on, what the hell is this? And going to their boss going, did this come to the right place?
Wow. I don't know. Parents have to start doing something. You have to get out there. You have to. That should be totally illegal. Totally. I mean, that's like child abuse. I think it's child abuse.
And you know what's weird, guys? This is a little mom and well, Carol, this is just a little mama that we do. You don't hear this on these big talk shows. Why? Why?
Wow.
Why don't we hear them on these shows? You know what? Even the conservative talk shows should be doing a show on this. Liberal, whatever. This is about our future, our kids. We're talking about kids. Let them get in trouble. Let them, I mean, come on.
Wow.
It's a library, a liberal librarian who's ordering those magazines and no one's looking at lying them. There you go. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry knows school system.
Right. I think they probably don't even know that the book is in there. Some of the higher administration, they might not even know.
No, but the problem is when these parents, right, but when these parents are complaining at these meetings, don't you think by now they would know what the hell's going on in these meetings?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then they pick on Valerie Bertinelli for posing naked at 65 years old because she doesn't look like she used to. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
You know, good for her.
Right.
Good for her that Valerie Bertinelli wants to do that 65. Good for her. I know she doesn't look like she did with a One Day at a Time. She was 20 years younger then.
40.
When she first married Eddie Van Halen and everything.
Right.
Who cares? Now, here's a funny what Mary says. They all know. So the administrative system, they all do know in those schools, and they're letting it happen. Not one of those people, the video that I see when Richie was talking to, were like, oh my God, really? What's going on with it? No, they all sat there like, they was like, what?
I can't believe it. I can't. I don't even punish a kid then. How do they punish a kid when, because this has happened, 4th grade, 5th grade, where they're grabbing girls, doing inappropriate things with the young girls. And then the boy might get just a slap on the wrist. Well, yeah, this is why they're not getting in trouble or they're not having, because if you have this stuff in your library and it's showing this, then yeah, how can you make the kid get in trouble if he's just doing what he's reading? I mean,
exactly.
It's an
the kid's going, hey, I'm taking this book out. Well, yeah, it's the adults that are doing this. Thank you, Kathy. I think this book made the news on Fox a while back regarding a Virginia school board meeting too. Oh, well, thank you, Kathy. There you go. So there you go. Daryl Armenstadt, what's up, brother? You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things, folks. Carol Brandolino in the house. Toxic Thursday. It's time for the weather, if we can. Brought to you by our friends from JRCA. Don't forget the rest of the hour on the end of the. Can't get the. Hold on here, guys. Sorry. At the end of the hour, folks are giving away 2 free tickets. Now, Kathy won the last time. She won the tickets to the show. Here's the weather for Thursday, October 24th. Brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. It's 48 degrees right now. 56% humidity. We're looking at 10-mile-an-hour winds. No rain in the forecast today. And that is the weather brought to you by Ace, JRC Ace Hardware. From Ace. I want to thank also the Bianco family. They own Gina Juge, but they also have the cologne, men and women cologne. I just got the new sample they sent me in. Now, this is both. It can be used for men and women. And the new one was Cafe Amaro. and the other one is Aqua Giardina. So very cool stuff. Very, and they were both on the show at one time. Good guys,
Yeah.
man.
Nice people. Yeah.
Thank you for the sending people. Good people. All right. Also, want to thank Danny Mazzi from Armando's Supermarkets. Buy local, shop local. 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Our good friends Armando's Supermarkets. All right, we got some other shows coming up, folks. We got Halloween is next week.
Yeah.
Carol, do you decorate? Do you deck? Are you there handing out candy on Halloween night, or are you just saying hell with it? Kids are on their own. I mean, how does that work with you?
So I used to walk with the kids all the time, obviously, because I think there's too many weirdos out there. There should be an adult, but the last couple years I was handing out. I didn't mind handing out, handing out the candy, but I like walking with the kids and seeing all the costumes and all that. Sometimes we leave a big bowl out if we're not going to be there. But I was, they're changing my kids now with costumes. Like it's not a big deal already. I was like that too. But then when I got older, I liked doing it again. I actually was going to bring this up about Halloween costumes. Halloween was one of my favorite holidays. I loved getting dressed up, but I loved doing the kids' costumes, the makeup. Like I would get all into it. They were mummies and zombies and stuff.
All the good stuff.
We were at the Halloween store the other day, that Spirit Halloween. Eliana wanted to pick up some pink spray she went to a basketball game and they needed pink stuff. So I'm like, oh, look at all these costumes. And they're all slutty. Okay. For the women, everything's super slutty. And I'm like, man, but here's the thing. I think women save that one day. Women that just won't dress like that. You know what I mean? Because it's maybe they don't feel comfortable because they usually don't.
Right.
Now, if I had the body that I wanted, I would use Halloween as a slutty dress day for sure. Like, I mean, I was like, oh, that's.
Yeah, but you want women can do it though. But women can do it on Halloween, and it's okay because nobody would judge them.
Right, and that's why I'm like, damn it! I wish I was at my goal weight this Halloween because I would have picked something cute, not super slutty, but cute. Let me tell you, one time Eliana was like 3 years old or 2. And I got a Wonder Woman costume. This is so funny. And it reminded me when we were at the store. I brought it home and I was getting ready to dress her in it. And it was for a dog. It was a dog Wonder Woman costume.
It must have been a giant dog.
No, it was like for a large dog, but she was 2 or 3. So listen, I'm like, oh, hell no. I can't return it. Okay, I'm screwed. So what I did was, so you know how a dog costume would go over the dog's back and then their paws would go into it. So I just turned it around. I said, Eliana, put your arms in. And I snapped it. Listen, I snapped it on the back. You cannot tell.
And it worked.
I have pictures. You cannot tell. You can't tell. She looked like Wonder Woman. But I had to proceed to tell everybody this is a dog costume, which was a total accident, but it was so funny. I said, Eliana, that's the costume you wore. I saw it.
And it worked. And it worked. See that?
It worked.
Well, you know what? And you guys remember, do you all right, I'm going to ask a lot of you people. Do you guys bring out the big Snickers and the big Milky Way, or is it the cheap, little small ones? Because it depends. Because some of the kids look at you when you give them the real small stuff. But if you give them the big bars, they're a little more happier. Or, and then remember the shaving cream. Where you would shaving cream people outside and the toilet paper on the trees and all that stuff. Or the best one that me and my friends used to do all the time. You take a brown paper bag with fresh dog shit, or you can shit in the bag yourself, whatever it is. We always got the dog shit. But anyway, your first guy goes to the house and you put it on the porch and you light the bag on fire and you ring the doorbell and you run away. And the guy would come out and step on the bag to put it out. Now, he's got shit on his shoes. But your other partner is in the back ringing the back doorbell. So he's got to go through the house with shit on his shoes and all the house. So
wow. That's
great
shitty.
Trick.
No pun intended.
It was a lot of fun back then. Of course, we were kids, degenerates, but there you go. Yeah. And egging. Oh, yeah. That's about the eggs.
Oh, the eggs. Yeah.
Come on. Well, folks, talking about Halloween, if this is for adults and you're ready to make you got dress up and you want to get some prizes at 3 great restaurants, we're going to start at Rosario's in Roselle on the 29th. their prizes for the best costumes on the 29th, Tony Ocean Show at Rosario's and Roselle. On the 30th at Village Pub, $100 cash prize and $75 second prize at the Village Pub on the 30th. And then Chicago Prime Steakhouse is having its very first Halloween costume party with prizes because it's on Halloween night. That night is on Halloween night. Then Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the Roxy in Lockport on November 1st. On November 2nd, Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the Western Springs Theater. December 4th will be at the Tivoli Theater with Ocean's Rat Pack with Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones. On the 6th will be in Indianapolis. Whew, and don't forget Tony Ocean and Friends on November 9th. And let me tell you, in about another 9 minutes, we're going to give away the trivia question. The lineup is Tony Toto, Danny Raimondi, Daryl Armistead, of course, Jerry Jams. Then that's the main event band. Then we have John Guarini, incredible keyboard player, singer. We got the great Christian Knievel, of course, Evel Knievel's granddaughter and Robbie Knievel's daughter. Lisa P., Louis Pipes, Ronnie B., Stephanie Lemon Bringner, Jenny Impardo, and Joe Catafia, who just got home from England doing the whole Beatles thing in England. So, oshows.com. It's a 3 o'clock show, Sunday, Tony Ocean Friends. We're giving away 2 tickets at the end of the hour. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, Carol, major city plans to enforce fines for people using mobile phones while they're walking now. Now, they already got you when you're driving. Makes sense.
Yeah.
A major city reportedly plans to endorse this when you're walking on the street with your head down. You know, that could be dangerous too.
For
if
sure.
You're walking into a bunch of people you don't know, right?
Yep.
Walk into a pole, walk into a hole, bump into somebody. It could happen.
You know what? That reminds me of a seatbelt law. And the reason I say this is, yeah, absolutely wear your seatbelt. But that you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself if you're. I've done it, walking and texting. I don't pay attention what's in front of me. You can walk into traffic, anything, or a car could hit you.
Yeah.
But you're hurting yourself there. As opposed to if you're driving and on your phone, you could kill somebody, right? So I don't know that you should get necessarily fined, but it's like the seatbelt law. You're going to hurt yourself, but it can avoid at least something tragic happening, and another person too. If they hit you, you're not paying attention, you're walking across the street. I mean, I have done it. I walk and text a lot of times, but you just had to stop and move, stop.
Oh, guys, put it this way. Try using your phone, looking at your phone, texting while you're walking in a mall.
Oh.
Right? In a mall. Or if, down Michigan Avenue or down State Street if you're in the city or anywhere. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Interesting. About a Florida man was caught doing 124 miles an hour. When the policeman pulled him over, "What is your hurry, sir?" He goes, "I had to use the bathroom."
Really? That was it?
Wait a minute. Now what? You got to go to the John. And now what happens here? You can't pull over. A guy can. A guy can pull over and go number 1. But a guy can't pull over and go number 2. I guess what are you going to fucking wipe with? So there's got to be something. If you really, right? What does a woman do?
Like for 1 or 2, I mean, you're kind of screwed, honestly. You really are.
Screwed.
You have to pee your pants. I'll be honest. I've been in traffic before, like bumper to bumper, where I was sweating, thinking, what's going to happen? Panic. Like I had to go to the bathroom so badly, and you're not moving. What do you do? Like, I seriously need to carry like Depends or something. I don't know. What would you do if you can't get out of traffic and you're bumper to bumper on the highway? That's happened to me before. I almost threw up because I was so sick, because you're holding it and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's scary. But to get out of a ticket, I don't know. I think he was bullshitting for sure.
Well, you know what? Or the best thing to do is, hey, pee right in front of him. While he's writing a ticket, just let it piss in your pants or shit and go, here you go. There you go. Here, I'm peeing. There you go. Write me the ticket. And there it is.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Write me the ticket, and it is what it is. Marriage is when you know your wife adores you, but also finds you the single most annoying person on the planet, all within the same minute.
Yes.
And one of the questions was yesterday, if you got stuck in a room in an hour with your ex, what would happen? You're stuck in a room you can't leave with your ex, what would happen? And I put it out there, and I couldn't see any responses yesterday.
Oh,
So
I think I saw
you're
when you were
stuck with an
doing
ex
that.
now.
Some people said they would rather stick a fork in the rye. Or I was reading when you were talking about it. I think some people were saying like, yeah, that they would end up fighting. Some people said that they get along.
Yeah.
Personally, me at this point, and I'm going through it right now. I'll be honest with you. Once you start talking civilly with somebody again, and you're in a different, you guys are out of each other's hair, and people see things differently, and you're civil.
Yeah.
I would be fine.
Yeah.
I would be fine, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know, you make do with what you have,
yeah.
right? You know.
And I believe it's the way the lawyers and all the whatchamacallit get in between and be angry with each other. The lawyers sometimes can add gas to the fire to make you more pissed off and more fuel. And then you're like, what the shit? And they talk to you. I ain't going to talk to you. You got to talk to my lawyer. And blah, 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 blah.
Yes. Yep. Oh, I found out a lot of things when you actually talk, and then, you tell your side and what's going on with your lawyers, and they tell their side. It's completely different. Completely different. So it's best if you're going through any kind of divorce, you got to talk to the person. You got to talk to them, and just because you're wasting money, a lot of it that could be going to maybe your kids or whatever. It's a waste to put it in their pockets. It really is. Brutal.
Oh, I agree. It really makes a lot of sense, folks. 100% all for, yeah. All right, guys, let's come to the last, we got a couple minutes here, but before we do that, don't forget our friends from Imperialux, my good friend Wendy and Craig from Imperialux, folks, becoming your own bank. Imagine putting your money to work for you. Get down over here. No, that's not it. That's it. All right. Imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, making your retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Craig Cock can help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give Wendy or Craig a call at 630-890-1213 and tell them Tony O sent you. All right. We were talking about the Chicago Tony Ocean and Friends show. I do one every year. Last year was the Dean Martin show I did, but this year it's going to be I'm going to do another one next year in April at the St. Charles one. This is Des Plaines, Sunday, November 9th. Okay, it's Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band, 3:00 showtime. Oshows.com for tickets, folks. And you're going to get the whole band, Daryl, Tony Toto, Daniel Mundy, Jerry Jams, yours truly, and 8 or 9 different singers. Here's the lineup again. Louis Pipes, Lisa P., Stephanie Lemon-Brigner, Ronnie B. Elvis, John Guarini, Christian Knievel, Joe Catafio, and Jenny Impardo. Some of these singers people have never seen at that theater or even seen at some of my shows. Some of them have sang with me at my gigs. Some of them haven't. But this is going to be good. All right, 2 free tickets. First answer. Now I'm going to see the answer up here, folks. And I will take a picture of it so I know who answered first. Because sometimes you might get them at time. The first answer that I see gets 2 free tickets. What's the actor's name who played Jack Dawson in the movie Titanic? What was the actor's name who played Jack Dawson in the movie Titanic? Okay. Tell me the guy's first and last name. First person get 2 free tickets to November 9th, Tony Ocean and Friends. Again, the actor's name that played Jack Dawson in the Titanic, the great movie, the blockbuster movie that was first person. Now you can, whatever, I don't know how you find your answers. I don't care how you find them, but somebody find them. 2 free tickets. Whoever wants to go and join us November 9th. Now, Kathy won last week. And she's going. So first person again, November 9th, Sunday. First, the name of the actor who played Jack Dawson. There it is. We got a winner. Karen. Karen is the winner there. Karen. Congratulations, Karen Saunders. It is Leonardo DiCaprio. Karen answered the question first. So congratulations, Karen. You and a friend are going to Tony Ocean and Friends Sunday, November 9th at the Des Plaines Theater. We'll put your tickets on will call. So you walk up to the theater, you go to ticket booth, get your tickets, and you'll be joining us. So thank you for everybody else who tried, but we'll be doing another question next on Monday. Monday, we'll be giving away 2 more tickets for guys. It's 1:00. Tonight will be a Positanos. Come out of the house and support Kim Peterson LaFew. If you never got to see her sing, she's fantastic and a great lady, along with me and Jerry Jams. Tomorrow, Chicago Prime and Schaumburg, Saturday, Taverna on Division. Yeah, my good buddy Jennifer and Greg. Birthdays for Thursday, October 24th. Wes Studi, a great Native American actor. Let's see, Robert Reed. Remember him? Michael Brady on the Brady Bunch celebrating a birthday. Mike Myers from the Halloween show, whatever, 68 years old. Aaron Moran, who played Joni on Happy Days, and Joni and Chucky, 65 years old. Norm Macdonald, comedian. Tina Marie, my good friend Tina Marie from the Josie Awards. Congratulations. Happy birthday, hon. We're going to miss you this year, but we're definitely going back next year. Jeff Goldberg, 73 years old. Judge Judy is 83 years old. Christopher Lloyd, Alex, 87 years old. Greg Hawkes from the Cards. Joe Namath, Broadway Joe. And John Gianardo from the Arcada Theater. John Gianardo, longtime friend. Johnny, happy birthday. Well, it's another interesting show, and I appreciate it very much, Carol, for your input here and what you do. How about the costume you and I wore when you went to the same room?
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, you want to tell us real fast?
Yeah. So my mom and I made her a very old lady, like with the stockings hanging down, like the knee-high stockings, a wig. I did her makeup all over. And then I was an old man. Like, I mean, you could not tell it was me. And I went to the restaurant where I had worked, my uncle's restaurant. And the cook, I walked in, I had suspenders on, a big like belly, hair coming out of my chest. I mean, it was good. And nobody knew who I was. They were like, who is this guy? Somebody said it was my uncle from Greece. So my mom and I went to bingo because she was a big bingo fanatic at the Sabre Room, which was by our house in Palos Hills at the time.
Yeah, sure.
So we went as an old couple. I mean, it was so funny. We literally were like peeing our pants when we were getting ready for it. I have a picture. I'm going to have to show you a picture. I have it in my phone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what's kind of cool? Halloween is right away. It's next Friday. Halloween is next Friday.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of cool. Guys, again, my mom's going in for surgery tomorrow morning. So thank you for your prayers and stuff. And, it's this new procedure now. So they've been doing it for years.
Yes.
I think she's going to be okay. I know they're going to keep her overnight. I know that. But thank you all for that, guys. And we will. And I think tomorrow I'll probably just go live from my phone because I'll be there all day with my mom. And that's for sure, to make sure she's okay. But guys, I want to thank our friends again from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Don't forget to download the Ace app. All new Ace app downloads receive a $10 coupon just for downloading the app. And that's our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Don't forget to start pitting up on those Christmas decorations. Get them because they have a bunch of stuff, Christmas trees and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's going to be a great day, folks. Buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. If you're offended with this show, doesn't mean if you're offended, doesn't mean just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. And but be kind to everybody. It's a tough world out there, Carol. And I don't know if it's going to get any easier, but it's a tough one. Ringo Starr says peace and love. We need it more than ever, everybody. Hope to see you tonight at Positanos in Oak Brook, 7:00. Jerry Jams and Kim Peterson lift you. All right, guys, everybody. Bye. Nick Sahajas, Piano Man, take us out. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye, everybody.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Guys, don't forget Mama D's Breads too. They got a whole bunch of new flavors. We're introducing them on Monday. Mama D's Breads are back. Have a great day. God bless you.